Look out, y'all, Ashy Knuckles. Um, I've been real active as of late doing videos and whatnot, so I'm gonna keep it going. I'm just thinking, man. Topic of this video is gonna be is boxing in good hands. As we all know, we know who the two major cash cows in the sport have been for the past years or so, and they are about to fight. However, this video is not going to address that mega fight that's approaching in May 2nd, being of the fact that those guys are guys that are on their way out, and those guys are responsible for the hundreds of millions of dollars that have been generated in this era. Prior to that, it was De La Hoya and Trinidad, Roy Jones, and maybe a couple of other guys that were pay-per-view attractions, but nothing like Mayweather and Pacquiao. Nothing. Outside of the heavyweight division, that is. But being of the fact that they were cash cow, they brought a lot of casual fans to the sport of boxing. As we all know, boxing has been on a surge lately. There's been more viewership. We've been getting more fans coming to the sport. Of course, not knowing a lot, saying a lot of outlandish things that don't make any sense, which is par for the course. I mean, if you've been around, you know all the star fighters had fans that were just ridiculous. They said ridiculous things, and they were die hard for their guy. So that's just par for the course. And it's gonna continue to happen. Whoever becomes that guy that has the it factor, whatever it takes that draws people to the seats in the masses. The guy who has that it factor that'll make people grab that remote control and press OK on the pay-per-view channel. They're gonna have those type of fans too, and the newer boxing fans are gonna have the opportunity to experience what those guys are like, and kind of get their feet more wet in the sport of boxing as the eras change and the change in tides takes place. It happens all the time. It's not my first rodeo. I've seen the tide change hands many of times. But that's what kind of prompted me to make the video. You got to believe that once Mayweather and Pacquiao retire, a good percentage of those new fans are going to leave with them because they are a fan of a fighter. They have no intentions of being a fan of the sport. If that particular fighter was not fighting, they would not tune in. And if that particular fighter doesn't fight, they don't tune in. And those aren't the guys that are going to stay. Who is actually going to be that fighter to carry boxing to the next level, or will there be a next level? Have we seen the best of boxing has yet to offer? Not in terms of talent, because the talent is endless in this game. So a lot of talented fighters out there that don't even get opportunities. They don't get dates. They don't get fights. They got to take fights on short notice, and at the end of the day, they end up taking several losses, and because their career is not on the same track as a guy who has a high-profile promoter. My theory on that and my views on that have been well documented. Talked about it till I was blue in the face. But in terms of popularity with the general public, who's going to be that guy that can take it to the next level? Have we seen the best of what boxing has to offer in terms of generating excitement? Pacquiao fights, the tickets usually go fast. A lot of people fly into Vegas. Same thing with Mayweather. Tickets go fast. A lot of people fly into Vegas. A lot of money is made with the food, the merchandise, the gambling, the liquor, all the entertainment, because that's what you go to Las Vegas for, is for the entertainment. And then, of course, the money generated on the fight itself. Is boxing in good hands? Now we all know there are great fighters in the sport. One of the best fighters in the sport has not been fighting, but now he will get a chance to fight. However, I'm talking about Andre Ward, that is. his popularity hasn't taken him to the level to where he's ready to showcase his own pay-per-view. Seldomly fights out of Oakland, the Oracle Arena. I'm not even sure if he's even fought in Las Vegas. I gotta go on BoxRec. I don't go to BoxRec, so maybe I need to. Maybe I won't have errors in my videos and stuff like that. But it just be small errors, I think. At least unless y'all show it to me. It wouldn't be the first time. But I'm not even sure if he's even fought in Las Vegas before. And Las Vegas is one of the premier spots for boxing, has been for years. Atlantic City, New York, but most importantly Las Vegas. The casinos have always been notorious for doing what they have to do to be the site for these monster events or these big fights, so to speak. It's not really a monster event unless it's accruing pay-per-view type revenue. And I'm not sure Andre Ward could ever be that guy. I mean, his fights, if you're a boxing fan, you appreciate the science. You appreciate everything that he does in the ring, the subtleties, the little things that he does that separate himself amongst everyone else in the game. Same thing with Mayweather. You appreciate the way he's able to adapt and outbox a guy or outthink a guy or outcounter a guy. Just take a guy's best weapons away from him, or take a guy's main attribute and use it against him, like aggression. Or Pacquiao just being just a straight up beast in the ring, just stamping guys up out of there, starching them, you know what I'm saying, getting them up out of there, disconnecting them, quick like. Who's gonna be that guy? I don't think it's Andre Ward. Now granted, I do think Andre Ward is gonna make a lot of money. Eventually, he got to get back in the ring first, but he's proven that he's willing to face the best fighters that are out there. I don't think it's Andre Ward. I really don't think he has that it factor that's gonna attract people to seats, and it's really ironic, him being a gold medalist, Olympic pedigree, huge amateur background, very positive, polite, speaks well, dominant, undefeated, but for whatever reason, man, it hasn't translated into him being this box office attraction. Could it be that he signs with the promoters who aren't really the most highest profile, like Dan Goossen? No disrespect, and rest in peace, of course. Dan Goossen, who was a good promoter, well respected, but he's not the Don Kings of the world or the top ranks of the world. Bob Arum, Golden Boy. Even though Golden Boy is virtually the newest on the scene as far as promotional outfits, they have become among the top promoters in the sport of boxing, headed by the former face of boxing, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. And now, Andre Ward signing with Roc Nation. No one can tell whether this will be a fruitful relationship, because at the end of the day, Roc Nation don't have dates, they don't have connections, and Jay-Z literally has beef with a guy who controls boxing right now, which is Al Heyman. So it's a possibility Andre Ward still won't be getting in the ring, even though he's promised so much money. You can't get the money unless you get the fights. So I hope it's not one of those deals like the fighters who signed with 50 Cent. They just fell off the face of the earth. We just now seeing James Kirkland again. Whereas Gamboa, we haven't seen him since he lost to Terrence Crawford, and didn't see him for a long time before he fought Terrence Crawford, all because he had signed his life away with SMS Promotions, with 50 Cent, who don't even take boxing seriously. He didn't even remember the name of his own fighter at his fighter's press conference. Terrible signing, man. Terrible signing. Will it be Canelo? Canelo has proven that he can sell tickets. He can generate excitement. He's very skillful. He's Mexican, and one of the biggest boxing fan bases, at least in the States, is the Mexican American audience. They are just diehard boxing fans. They will fill up arenas anywhere that they live. they're gonna be there. I mean, they're true boxing supporters, um, hands down. Canelo, y'all know that he looks Irish. So does he have what it takes to make that crossover appeal to the white audience? Because you can't be. I don't give a damn what nobody says. You cannot be a pay-per-view attraction without crossing over to the white audience. Mayweather has a huge white fan base. Pacquiao has a huge white fan base. It's impossible to sell that many pay-per-views and not have a huge white fan base. It's just the way it is. It's just understanding demographics, understanding business, and marketing. At the end of the day, people like a good product. You know what I'm saying? And if you constantly put a good product in front of them, um, eventually, if there's enough interest, they're going to spend their money on it. Can Canelo, cross over? I think it's one thing to look like a white guy. It's another thing to appeal to the white audience. I don't see anything that he does that makes him appeal to the white audience, but hell, I don't see anything fucking Mayweather did to appeal to him except just win. So I guess it's the heel character that he created that made him appeal to them, because the natural instinct for the white audience was to go to the Mayweather fight to boo him. And it all started with the Gotti outing against Arturo Gotti. That's how it started. They went to the fights to boo him because they thought Gotti would win. Gotti got manhandled. But with the white audience, if you beat their guy and they boo you, they're still going to tune in to watch you fight, because at the end of the day, it's a good product on TV. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. Just good business. They're good fans. You know what I'm saying? If you can appeal to that market, you can make a lot of money. I mean, in every sport. And for Pacquiao, him crossing over to a white audience was the knockout. Said it time and time again. You can sell the knockout, just like everybody loves the home run in baseball and boxing. Everybody loves the ability to disconnect somebody in the ring. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has that talent. There are a lot of strong guys. There's a lot of guys who are ripped, but that doesn't translate into knockouts. You're born a puncher. You can't create yourself into a puncher. Tito Trinidad did not look ripped by any stretch of the imagination, but he could crack. You know what I'm saying? Timothy Bradley is ripped in every way imaginable in terms of his physique. Can't crack a fucking head. So having a good physique does not necessarily mean that you can punch. You're born a puncher. But can it be Canelo, man? I think he has a good chance of crossing over. At this point of his career, he's trying to fight just about everybody out there who is a live dude, in the ring, and I respect that. I didn't always respect Canelo because he had that pacifier in his mouth from Golden Boy. They were just letting him feast up on small guys. At the end of the day, Canelo kept saying, "I want these other guys. I want the tough guys," and now he's facing them. Facing guys that people said he would never face, like Trout and Lara. So, can it be Canelo that'll take boxing to the next level? Can he even take it to the level where Pacquiao and Mayweather took it in terms of popularity? For the general audience, us boxing fans, us hardcore, we gonna tune into anything. If you like me, you watch Telefutura or Telefutura, the way most Americans pronounce it. You watch Telefutura, you know what I'm saying? To watch boxing. I know I did. I didn't understand a lick of damn Spanish. But if they was throwing hands, I was gonna watch it. And that's like most hardcore boxing fans. But everybody not like us, and I think we all know that. We're sick. You know what I'm saying? We need fucking help. But anyway, man, who you guys think can carry the sport? Who can carry the torch? Is it Keith Thurman? Keith Thurman, he talking right. He fighting right. He putting guys on their ass. He has the ability to make guys lay down. You know what I'm saying? You can sell the knockout. He can actually fight. It ain't just power. He has the charisma. His interviews are appealing. He says everything that you want your fighter to say. He has that type of temperament, and he exudes it in the ring. He's not in the ring that when he's in a tough fight. Yeah, like I was saying, like when he's in the ring, he's not fighting like he'll say one thing and get in the ring and then go straight bitch like a lot of fighters do. They say one thing outside the ring. When they get in the ring, they fight totally different. You know what I'm saying? When he says he's trying to knock guys out and he loves his power, he fights like he talks. So can it be Keith Thurman? Can he be the one to carry the sport to the next level? Can it go higher than where these guys taking it? Can he bring it to the level that they're at? I mean, it's obvious he can generate excitement. Will he get clipped along the way? These are a lot of questions I want to hear from you guys about. You got Kovalev out there that's just starching guys. You got Triple G. As of yet, Triple G he's not packing arenas over here. Will he do that? It could be. He's generating enough excitement. Will he end up going up in weight and meeting his match at 68? Going up in weight is not an easy thing. I know in this era of boxing, we've seen people do it, and kudos to those who jump over a weight and go to like jump 40 and go to 47. Robert Guerrero, Shane Mosley did it. Pacquiao did it. A lot of guys from the past did it. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing just to go up from 40 to 47. Just that 7-pound weight difference in the ring is something serious because you're fighting a substantially bigger guy with a substantially bigger punch. You know what I'm saying? And those guys who were able to do that, my hat is off to you because not everybody could do it. Look at Diego Corrales. He jumped over 40. He went from 35 to welterweight and fought Joshua Clottey. And Joshua Clottey beat his fucking ass and let him know it's a different ball game up there. And we already know what Diego Corrales come to do, and it didn't happen for him in that fight. He got rerouted. So I don't know. You guys tell me, man. Who's gonna be the guy to carry the torch, keep keep boxing popular? With Al Heyman putting the boxing on the mainstream television, all signals point to growth in the future in terms of the sport. But we all know that doesn't mean anything. There's no guarantees in the sport of boxing. Boxing has highs and lows. Can it be Adrian Broner? Can he dial back the clock on that ruthless ass whooping he took against Maidana and take boxing to the next level? He's selling out the arenas in Cincinnati. He has his detractors, his haters, but he also has his fans. As long as you're tuning in, you're a fan. If you pay for a ticket to watch him get his ass beat, you're a fan. If you order a pay-per-view that he's going to be in the future, you're a fan. That's how boxing works. So let me hear what you guys think. I'd love to hear what you got to say about it. If you don't make a video or respond, it wouldn't be the first time. It's all good. But I'm going to keep trying to crank these videos out here and just put little different ideas out here, different spin, and see what you guys think about it. But I'm going to holler at you boys. Be easy, man. Ash. Deuce.